you. It's 8:07. It's the Power Trip Morning Show. Here we are. It's almost Christmas. A week from today, it's Christmas. How about that? A week from today, I'll be 55 years old, Ben. It's over, Johnny.
55 in a week.
55. It's over.
How old?
Highway 55.
55, man. 55.
What are you going to do for your birthday?
Celebrate Christmas.
I'm going to Coconut Teazers.
Yeah.
He kept asking me if I wanted to go to Coconut Teazers.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know.
You know that
Coconut Teazers?
He asked me about 9 times in that
My guess is
break.
that's just mispronounced.
You know that Rise shirt
Yeah.
that I currently have on?
Yeah.
Right.
One of the bars is like Coconut Teazers or
No, it's-
Teasers.
Oh, my God. You don't know how to spell
How is it
teaser.
spelled?
He doesn't know how to spell teaser.
How is
Can
it,
we see it?
How is it spelled? Let's see.
Can we
this.
see it? Will you show us
Why
what
do you
it
think
is,
it's
please?
Teazers?
Now I get it. Now I know why you were saying it. It's not. Yeah, it's
On
a
the back
bar, a
of the
very
shirt.
famous bar
Yeah.
called Coconut Teasers.
Yeah, when AJ made this shirt, he just went and
Teasers?
looked up all the bars that were popular when
Yeah.
Hawk's band was touring and said that
But
they were
the
there.
word is teasers. You just thought it was pronounced
Looks like
Teazers,
Teasers.
It's spelled.
but it's spelled correctly.
I hope
Yes.
to God you actually are just joking and not.
No, hang on.
Coconut
Boy,
Teazers.
this is a whole
My God,
process
are you
here.
trying to
How high is
do
your
a
heart
Rubik's
rate
Cube?
right
What is going
Hi,
on?
shut up,
Oh, on the
Ben,
back?
you douche.
Oh my God!
That's
you called
clearly
Billy
coconut
Teaser.
teaser. It's spelled incorrectly. Like that's probably how the
there's
bar
a
was actually
Z
spelled. It's a
in
Z,
there.
but
Teasers.
teaser.
My God!
Wow.
How would you say the Palomino?
Hey, do me a favor before you try to put that shirt back on. Take a nap because you wore yourself right out.
No, I don't. It's a long story.
It's really not.
No, it is.
Why is it a long story?
Yeah, what's so long about this story?
Is
you
it-
just told it, and we
you know
looked at
what?
your
Is
shirt.
it because of the splinter in your heel?
Is that been rectified yet? Still in your foot?
No, it's not in his rectum. It's in his.
Yes.
I wish it was.
It's a different type of splinter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about Splinter the rat.
What's the long story?
So
Yesterday you woke up.
yesterday I was at Maynard's doing your game, and my wife goes to bed. So I said, "Hey, so I don't have to come in. So you're all propped up because she, had her wisdom teeth taken out. Would you grab a sweatshirt for me out of the closet in our room, and so I can wear it tomorrow? So I don't have to open it up, turn the light on while she and the dogs are sleeping."
Yeah.
My God.
There's a
She
whole bunch of
grabbed like
details
an
we
X.
don't
She brought her
know.
friends over?
She grabbed like an X small. This doesn't fit me.
There's no way that's an X small.
No, it's probably a 4X, but it doesn't fit well.
We have no
And it
interest
took
in
me a
what's
while,
going
and I
on.
didn't want you guys to see my gut, so I tried to. No, I'm out
Your
of
what?
breath. My gut.
So, but the headline here is that is not a normal sized sweatshirt that you would wear.
No, I would never wear that.
Then why did she give it to you?
Well, I think
As a
she.
goof?
No, I think she
Is that
doesn't realize how rapidly I gain weight.
Is it maybe just a subtle note,
Yep,
like
it's
try
wishful
to fit
thinking.
into this as quickly as possible?
No,
Because we're going to Costa Rica.
You are?
we are.
I just didn't know if you and her were.
No,
She is.
yeah,
You're right. That was a worthless story.
yeah. All my stories are pointless
Yeah.
and dumb. So I'm sorry, I'm out of breath taking my shirt off.
We all are.
We were in, was that Nick Madden's office? Where were we? We were in Barb's office a day or two ago. Saw starts telling a story with about 6 details that everybody knew immediately had nothing to do with the rest of the story. And he goes, I'm sorry, I add too many details. I'm trying to get better at that. I'm not. And we're like, and of course, everything he said was like, so I went to Costco because I needed rice. Because my wife, we like rice. We like to eat it for dinner. We're like, for God's sakes. We understand how people eat. What happened? I'm sorry. I'm trying to get better. I had too many details. I
He
talked too
talks
much.
he talks to you like there might be a trivia game about him later.
Exactly. It sounds like it's an Agatha Christie novel, and they're red herring sending us down the wrong path. He was eating, but he ate rice. Is that normal? I'm not sure. I'm going to write that down and save that note for later.
I appreciate it because often I'm like, I wonder why his wife likes rice.
Right. Oh, it's to survive.
Yeah.
Oh, she has to eat. Got
It
it.
is
Got it.
actually
Thanks
all
for telling me.
information that we would probably need
Yes.
to know later on.
Yes. I
He's
don't know.
just painting a fuller picture for all of us. Maybe not. It's not relevant
that sweater's
today,
full.
but it might be relevant.
Oh, it's a sweatshirt.
Did we think his sweater story was pretty
I'm actually still
brief?
confused.
But I mean, it was relatively short.
It was relatively short.
The way
Only
he took
because
it off, I thought he might have a bra on.
Oh, does your wife still have the jaw bra?
Yeah.
The jaw bra. How many days? 2 or 3 days with the jaw bra?
I think today is the last day she has to wear it.
Had you ever heard of that, Ben?
The jaw bra?
Yeah, it's you wear it around your jaw, and it has like ice packs for after you get your wisdom teeth out.
Oh,
and
that's
it's called
cool.
the jaw bra.
Yeah, we didn't have those things when I was.
No, I got mine
when we were young.
Yeah. No jaw bra.
No jaw bra.
No. So one more day.
Yeah.
Then where does it go?
I don't know. The garbage?
What a waste of a jaw bra.
What do you stick it in the freezer? Leave it in the freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it on once in a while, just
Never
for a
know where
goof.
it
It
jaw's
doesn't
gonna be
fit over
sore.
my head.
Wrap it around your sack.
Yeah, do that.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I'm sorry. I'm not good at this job.
Sauce, what would that be called if that's where you put it?
A ball bra.
Man, why don't you
A
take
sack.
a look?
A sack. Stash. A stash sack.
Stash.
I don't know, man.
I like ball bra. It's got alliteration to it.
Yeah, ball bra.
Yeah.
So does Tommy.
Yeah, that way you don't have to do like cold plunges. You just get all the benefits just by wrapping those suckers up in the ball bra.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, let's do Fan 5
That's
and
good
pay off
stuff.
this tease.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip.
Coconut
Presented
teaser.
by Builders and Remodelers.
Thank you, Builders and Remodelers.
Thanks, Builders and Remodelers. The coconut teaser that I had before the break, Ben, was that Justin Jefferson has 168 yards to go to get to 1,000, and it sounds like KOC does not want to have that come up short on his watch. Doesn't want to be responsible for an offense that couldn't get Justin to 1,000. Can't blame him. You keep this going. Justin's one of the all-time greats. 168 yards to go over the next 3 games. Power Trip Bets posted on Twitter. I didn't fact check this, but he's pretty good. He's pretty connected.
Yeah, he's pretty connected.
I believe he said JJ is averaging 44 yards a game when McCarthy's the quarterback. 3 games to go. Giants, Lions and Packers?
Yeah.
Does Justin Jefferson get 168 yards total in these last 3 games?
Yes. Yeah, I'm definitely taking the over on that.
Take the over?
Yeah.
Is this week, because one of Sauce's strong takes was this week is the week he really has to rack it up. Like this has to be the big week at the 3.
Well, yeah, against this defense, kind of like we talked about, like they literally have nothing to play for, and I don't think their defensive line is going to be as formidable as it has been in the regular season, like early in the season. So you should have, even with our offensive line injuries, you should have time to throw the football. And I think that maybe we should be putting him in the Naylor spot. So Naylor's running the disguise routes and pulling coverage and leaving Justin Jefferson wide open. Because if we're now in this quote unquote progression read offense that everybody is talking about, even Kirk Cousins had a great breakdown of that yesterday, then don't put Justin on the deeper routes because it's never going to get there. It's going to take too long. Put him on the short intermediate routes that where McCarthy's going to see him and get the ball out quick. So I'm sure that they've already probably done that.
I bet they are.
I'm sure they are, but I know I'm like being really simplistic with it. But if you're like really trying to get him over that 1,000 mark threshold, then find ways like that to give him the ball.
Get creative. Yeah.
Yeah, last week, 8 targets. So they went to him, but only 2 catches.
Well, and the thing is, he did drop that touchdown. I'm not putting any of that on McCarthy. Like I personally was standing in the back of the end zone to watch that play unfold, and he turns his head right when the ball's still in his hand. Huh. It's coming out of his hand. So he had plenty of time to pick up the ball from the release. Like, I don't care if that ball's coming 1,000 miles an hour. Like, you're one of the best wide receivers ever. You catch that ball. And it wasn't from 5 yards away. I mean, that ball traveled probably 25 yards to get to his hands. So, yeah, it's a flat out drop. So, I mean, it's not always on McCarthy.
And McCarthy's seen his receivers have a handful of those, no pun intended, this year, right? Addison's dropped some McCarthy passes. Hawkinson has. Jefferson definitely has. They've had a lot of drops. Hasn't helped, right? We've said it 1,000 times. You got to help the kid out, especially when he was struggling. Now that he's playing a little bit better, sure.
Speaking of JJ, can I play you some audio since I loaded it in? JJ Max says the game is finally slowing down for him.
Obviously, the more reps you see the live bullets, but like I talked about, the overall understanding of the offense, it slows everything down tremendously because you're not using that extra thinking of, the ball's snapped, I have it in my hands. Is he running that route? So it eliminates those split-second kind of miscues in processing. That's helped tremendously throughout the year.
There you go.
Yeah, I like it.
Me too.
Well said.
We
Keep
talk
on rolling.
Vikings with Tom Pelissero in a second. .com Tom. Thanks to our friends at Bell Bank. After this, more with Ben Lieber. One more segment to go. Power Trip Morning Show after this on the Fan.
Yeah. Hey, welcome back. It's Power Trip Morning Show, your little Power Trip Morning Show. I'm going to talk about it over and over again because, why not? December 27th, St. Cloud Pioneer Place. Tickets available. Chris Hockey Band. We only do about 5 or 7 shows a year, and this is one of them. Tickets available. St. Cloud.
What time will that be?
We go on at 7:30 on Saturday, December 27th. Come on out, watch it. We're putting together some very special songs, special set list. So
That's
come on.
cool.
It's going to be fun. I wonder, I should have asked Kara during the break, if .com Tom is with us yet, because he joins on the old StreamYard,
We got him.
Tom
I trust
Pelissero.
Kara.
Yeah, you too.
She's good at this. Plus, she knows how to work technology. She's
Look at him.
22. She gets it.
Yeah.
Man, he looks like he's going to curb somebody today.
Jeez.
Ooh, jeez.
He does.
God.
He does.
He would never do that.
You think that's true, but it's Christmas time, and he gets very aggravated this time of year.
I was just thinking, you caught me when I was going, all these years of knowing you, Hawk, and you've never invited me to play with the band. That's
Yeah, he plays guitar.
You're some friend.
Wow, Hawk.
Yeah.
He's the guitar player
Some
for
friend
Pew
you
Pew
are.
Pew. Remember?
Great point. I
Nailed it.
I don't even have an excuse. I'll say this: December 27th, St. Cloud Pioneer Place. If you're free, it's a Saturday. Come on down. You can play guitar.
Yeah, I'll be wide open on a Saturday in
I
December.
bet you
Hawk.
will. Yeah. Look at you, the number one dad, sipping.
Yeah, Tom, you've played on stage at First Avenue, correct?
First Avenue, yep. 7th Street entry, among other places.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty
Look at
cool.
him.
Yeah,
so
man.
many places. He says like some other places. I got a laundry list of places
Wow.
I played.
I mean, are you
What
gonna
a star.
What would top that in the Twin Cities? Like, I'm not playing,
Nothing.
like U.S. Bank versus First Ave. I'd rather play First Ave.
No, First
Agreed.
Ave is the spot.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
there aren't
Yeah.
many places on the planet I'd rather play than First Avenue. Yeah.
Maybe Red Rocks, and that's it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that'd be it.
Have you
play
played Red Rocks yet?
I've not played Red Rocks. I've been to the Palladium. Have not played there. So Willie Nelson and Bob Dylan there, but no, I've not been on stage. So that's short list.
It's eclectic.
bucket list.
Let's do it together.
Tom, how are you in the uke? Can you play the ukulele?
I mean,
Ukulele?
it's more or less the same thing. I would just need to work on my dainty finger work.
Yeah.
Oh.
You and
know.
me both, brother.
Yeah.
Love dainty finger work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of axe you play?
Mike's on.
Fender Strat.
Oh, you like the Strat. Very cool.
Interesting,
57, 59. What do you got?
I don't know, Hawk. I bought it 20 years ago. Same one all the time.
Yeah, man. You know,
You got a cool pedal or two?
on his bicycle.
I got one of those, whatever you call them. I don't even know.
The boards.
I know all the terms. I just show up and rock.
Yeah.
Man.
Self-taught?
He's a purist.
Self-taught or not?
Self-taught, yeah. No, never had a lesson.
Right on.
Wow.
Right on. All right, let's talk Vikings
Let's
and
talk
Giants.
football.
Let me ask you quickly, because we don't need to dwell on it, because we just debated it last segment and yesterday. But Justin Jefferson obviously has not had his best season. Probably a little frustrated, even though he's been pretty classy about it publicly. Trying to get to 1,000. Do you think he gets to 168 over these last 3 games? 168 yards to go.
You'd hope, although the recent weeks would suggest that that's not a lock by any stretch. They're going up against one of the worst defenses in the NFL this week with the Giants. I don't think that Kevin and the rest of the coaching staff are oblivious to Justin not getting the football as much here. You're not going to force it to him. I mean, they've never been that type of an offense, but certainly I would anticipate they've got some things to try to get the ball into Justin's hands starting this week.
How do you assess? Let's forecast, as you mentioned, that the Giants have one of the worst defenses. Let's just forecast that McCarthy goes out and has another really solid game. How do you look at the last 3 games then against those defenses? Like, is that all part of the formula? Or do you look at it like, hey, the kid is actually starting to figure it out regardless of the defense he's playing against?
Well, all season, I think if you go back, the Vikings, regardless who's a quarterback, they've beaten up on, the bad defenses, which is what you should do. They put up, a bunch of points on Cincinnati, obviously. Detroit's been not the best defensively this season, and obviously they got to win against them. Washington's been terrible. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You still have to go out and execute it here. I'd be getting concerned if they weren't scoring points, on some of these opponents. Dallas in the same boat there, and the Giants are certainly going to be on that list as well. When it comes to JJ, I feel like every week we've talked about this the entire season. It's just everybody breathe. Let's just see kind of where this thing goes. And, I certainly, keep seeing people, writing it was such a disaster, the move, and they blew it, not bringing back Darnold or Daniel Jones. And I've been through that many times in terms of, the efforts, particularly on Daniel Jones, that they made to bring him back. But, this is kind of the JJ McCarthy that they were hoping to see. There's a ton that they need to work on mechanically. You're not going to do all that at once. But playing his unique, style, he's gone out and he's been effective. When he's been good, it's been really good. And so to see him stack a couple of performances for the first time in his career is certainly a positive. He's 4-4 as the starter. I know it's not been perfect, but for a guy who has missed a lot more time than he's played still over his first 2 NFL seasons, he's had 8 games out there. He got hurt in 2 of them and finished off the games. But 4 wins, 4 losses. This is kind of just the ride that you're on with the young quarterback. So let's see how he finishes. If you go and you take care of business against the Giants, which is not a given, they still do have talent on that team. They're still playing hard. They just haven't been able to close out any games. But if you go take care of business, then all of a sudden it's all right. The Lions, the Packers in these last 2, both those teams, pending whatever happens this weekend with Detroit, but both those teams probably are going to have a lot on the line in those games. Finish strong, play well in your division. All those would be, a nice springboard moving forward, even though I would expect that the constitution of the quarterback room is altered at least somewhat in 2026.
Tom, we've seen a lot of ups and downs with Christian Darrisaw this season. Do you think that with the status of the team and not being in the playoffs, do you think there's a chance they shut him down for the rest of the year?
They haven't done it yet, Sauce. With Christian Darrisaw, and I'll choose my words carefully on this, but there's a lot of times that players, when they come off of significant injuries, and it becomes as much of a mental thing as a physical thing. And I'm not implying that his knee isn't having, after effects from the surgery. However, there's also something to be said for, all right, if I'm not 100%, do I feel like I can push myself forward? If you're just getting out there every week and it's a grind and you don't feel quite right, that can weigh on people here. And so with Darrisaw, this back and forth that you've seen in terms of he's playing, but he's not full. Now he's full. Now we got to ease off him. Now he's out a game. That has all the classic hallmarks of a guy who right now isn't really confident in his body to get through games. When Darrisaw is on, he's still one of the better left tackles in the NFL. But from everything that I can tell and just watching him play and knowing the dynamics of these situations, it seems like this is also, Darrisaw may have some reluctance to really continue to push forward, as you said, in a season where they're not going to make the playoffs here, if he feels like he's not 100%. And so everybody's involved in those decisions of whether or not he's going to be on the field. We'll see. Does he decide to get back out there for a couple of division games? Does he not play again? I don't know that it's going to be a full shutdown again, because he doesn't have an acute injury right now. He just doesn't feel quite right. And so everybody's going to have to make some decisions about whether or not he's on the field.
Do you have any insight when we sticking with injuries? We have Ryan Kelly who's banged up again. Brian O'Neill's banged up again. And we also, everybody knows the news about JG and Metellus. Are there other injury concerns that we need to be made aware of? And who do you think is going to be actually available for this game this weekend?
It's a good question because, again, there's guys who are going to fight through things. Like Brian O'Neill's a perfect example of he's always going to want to play. He's going to want to be on the field. But at some point, it's like, is that the best thing for the organization moving forward? To be quite honest, based on where the Vikings are right now in the standings, I haven't checked on those injuries significantly through the course of this week. Certainly, again, they're going out there to play. There's still jobs on the line for players, for other people. You're still going out and you're trying to finish strong in what's been a really, really frustrating season where everything kind of went sideways here. We'll monitor, certainly just see kind of who's on the field, but I would anticipate anybody who's healthy, anybody who's 100% is going to be out there. It's just, the Grenards of the world. It's like you're fighting through things, and at some point, all right, let's just have the surgery and let's move forward to 2026.
I want to ask you too about Harrison Smith. I think that, thankfully he got a lot of flowers for the way that he performed this last game. More so just the way that he helped move that defense around pre-snap. But, PA was talking about how he's like one sack away from he and Rondé Barber being the only two guys with a number of sacks and interceptions. All that being said, great milestone. It'd be awesome to have that in the record books. But like, if the season ends right now and he's done, is he a lock for the Hall of Fame, regardless of these like kind of outrageous numbers that he'd put up with that would tie Rondé Barber?
I try to be as objective as I can, but I have some bias with Harrison just because I've covered him his whole career. I've gotten to know him. He's one of my favorite guys to catch up with in the locker room or pregame. In my mind, he's a Hall of Famer because of the numbers. Like, the numbers don't lie. He's had production unlike most safeties in NFL history. I wrote a story, back when I was at USA Today, and this is probably a decade ago, and the entire premise of the story was fans, media don't have any idea about safety play because they're the guys who aren't on the TV screen. Like, you don't know. Unless somebody's got a shtick, they've got a nickname, they've got funny hair, they're the honey badger. Like, nobody knows who the safeties are. Harrison was a really, really good player way before people nationally caught up to the fact that he was a really good player, which is why it took him a while, to make a Pro Bowl. But in terms of the impact that he's made on the game, talking to other people about going up against him through the years. I mean, ask Aaron Rodgers about Harrison Smith. Ask the quarterbacks. To me, if I were a Hall of Fame voter, I'm not. If I were a Hall of Fame voter, that would be a core part of what I'm doing. Because the bar for the Hall of Fame, to me, has always been, were you the best at your position in your era and for how long? Even Phillip Rivers, where there was a great, debate about Phillip Rivers, and okay, he's coming back and playing for the Colts. That's going to kick back his Hall of Fame timeline. He was a semifinalist. Now it's 5 years. You're going to have to wait 5 years. I'm like, nothing against Phillip, who's been a really, really good player, but, is he a lock first ballot Hall of Famer? For how long in Phillip Rivers' career did you say he's the best in the NFL? He played in, obviously, the same era as Peyton Manning and as Tom Brady. He was in the same draft class as Eli Manning, who won a couple of Super Bowls. Phillip never went to a Super Bowl. Numbers wise, he is, in the top 10 in a lot of categories. Certainly there's an argument, and I think that Phillip probably will be in the Hall of Fame someday. But that's a really, really high bar to clear. With Harrison, I do think that he clears that bar. I don't think that there's a lot of safeties in his era. There might have been ones who were better known than him. There might be ones who, had more ads and things like that than him. But in terms of if you just went around and you actually polled the players that guys went against, I don't think you're going to find a lot of safeties that people would say better things about, particularly over the length of time that Harrison has played, than Harrison Smith.
Hey, Tom, what's the off-season plan for Joe Burrow and Tua?
Joe Burrow, I don't think that there is a plan, Sauce, right now. The Bengals, for one thing, they don't trade their guys. They just don't. That's not how they operate. They don't go and make big deals and, move on from people. If someone's upset, take Trey Hendrickson. Trey Hendrickson requested a trade and was trying to get out for 2 years, and they turned down offers for him and they never traded him. With Burrow, if he suddenly became available, would there be interest? Of course. He'd be the number one trade target in modern NFL history. I would anticipate that there will be some calls to the Bengals about him this offseason. But it's hard for me to imagine, and Burrow said it himself yesterday, it's hard for him to imagine he's not the quarterback in Cincinnati in 2026. Frustrating year. A big part of it comes down to Joe Burrow, as in so many recent years, hasn't been on the field. When your highest paid player, your best player isn't out there, it's really, really hard to win football games in the NFL. With Tua, the news yesterday that we broke, that they have benched him and are going to Quinn Ewers for the last several games, that is a strong indication that Tua has played his last down in Miami. They owe him $54 million fully guaranteed in 2026. I thought all along, logically, the most likely thing, even after they fired the GM Chris Greer, was to let Tua and McDaniel come back in 2026, let the new GM, evaluate both of them, and then kind of have the opportunity to start fresh in 2027. But now it doesn't seem to be going that direction. This is much more like Russell Wilson at the end of the 2023 season, where similar timeline, benched in December, and by March, they opted to release him. There was a lot of talk at that time about, can you trade Russ? There'll be talk about, can you trade Tua? And I would not rule that out. But if you just take into account the salary cap implications, it's much cleaner. It's not great no matter what. Okay. Moving on from a guy who's due $54 million fully guaranteed and close to $100 million total in dead cap. That's not ideal no matter what. But what the Broncos did was they ate most of the cap hit in 2024. Russ is still on the books on their cap in 2025, but they went clean break, move on, eat the money. They basically paid him to play for the Steelers last season, and now he'll be off the books entirely in 2026. If the Dolphins did the same thing with Tua, release him in March, most likely before the third day of the league year when another $3 million should become fully guaranteed, then what that does is you eat the bulk of the all the cash and the bulk of the cap in 2026. You push the additional dead cap into 2027. You go and you get a new quarterback and you start over. I do think that there's going to be a consideration, and they'll see if they can trade Tua, but remember this, there's no such thing as a post-June 1 designation for trades. And for people who understand what that is, it's basically if you release a player after the start of the league year in March, you can call him a post-June 1 cut. And come June 1, you get cap relief by it pushes some of those cap hits into 2027. That doesn't exist for trades. So if you trade Tua, whatever money the new team doesn't take on, all that slams your cap immediately unless you wait until after June 1st to make the trade. It's messier. It's not impossible. I would say the most likely scenario sitting here right now is Tua is released in March. And then the question becomes, one, who is the quarterback in Miami in 2026? They'll get a look at Quinn Ewers over the next 3 weeks. And then two, where is Tua playing? Is he a starter somewhere, given his concussion history, his injury history, the fact that he did not play well for most of this season? He leads the league in interception with 15. There's a particular type of system where he can be effective, and I certainly could see a world where the 49ers sell high on Mac Jones and bring in Tua as the backup, and then in a year it's like, hey, he was with Kyle, now he's healed. That's certainly possible. But it's a real question in terms of where Tua is playing. If I had to say right now, especially since they demoted him all the way to number 3, I believe that it's most likely that Tua's played his last down in Miami.
Anything else, or can we let Tom go? Anybody else got a question for Tom?
Ben is leaving.
Ben's
Tom
got to go.
is leaving.
Tom's got to go. Thanks to Bell Bank.
Ben's always got better things to do.
Well, he's got Twin Cities Live. He's got
he's got
a big boy job, man.
Tom, do you have any availability for next Wednesday instead of Thursday, since we will not be here on Christmas Day?
Oh, I'm sure for you, Hawk, I could figure it out.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's so sweet. We'll figure that out. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
and maybe
Tom.
you can find a spot for me on the guitar.
You know what? I got auditions. I'll let you know when the auditions happen.
Appreciate it.
I got to try out for a guest spot?
That's right. You got to try out.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Bye, bud.
All right, there he goes.
Thanks to our friends at Bell
Thanks to our
Bank.
friends at Bell Bank.
That's right. Let me give some love here from Kyle Brugantes. His organization this week, the charity for Bell Bank and the Pay It Forward program, Wags and Whiskers at www.wagsmn.org. Wags and Whiskers Animal Rescue of Minnesota is an animal rescue organization dedicated to saving the lives of homeless animals and educating the community on responsible pet ownership. $1,000 from Bell Bank. Thank you, Kyle, and thank you, wagsminnesota.org, and thank you, Bell Bank. Nominate your charity at KFAN.com. Just type in the keyword Bell.
And don't forget, WAGS also is an acronym for Wives and Girlfriends, right? Like the WAGs of a sports team.
Yeah.
So these are wives and girlfriends of professional athletes that have, beard issues.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So they should be shaved.
Do you have an alternate website for me?
Yeah, you know it.
Paul, your hands up.
We have breaking Minnesota Timberwolves news.
Don't tell me he's out for the season.
Hang on.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story.
Hall of Famer Kevin Garnett is reuniting with the Minnesota Timberwolves and Lynx in a new all-encompassing role involving business, community efforts, and content development. And his long-awaited number 21 jersey retirement will also happen.
Okay. Oh, that sounds great. I was nervous he was going to be in the personnel department. All that's great, what you just said.
You don't want him there.
Nope.
No.
But he's going to do great in whatever role you just said.
But
what are you going to do?
Yeah.
All right, welcome back. He definitely deserves his freaky number in the rafters.
Let's do it.
Long overdue.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to see him make up. I don't like bad blood tweeting by
Yep. And Glenn
Except
Taylor
for,
was.
Taylor and somebody.
Yeah. Glenn Taylor was too busy roasting chickens alive to put that number 21 in the rafters.
Yeah. He needs all the fabric he can get, you know?
Yep.
Now it's time for headlines.
Brought to you by my friends at Wolf River Electric and wolfriverelectric.com. Go solar with Wolf River Electric. The New York Post did a story on women who find Santa irresistible.
What now?
Whoa.
I just have the headline. I don't know the details.
Like Bad Santa?
Yeah, but I think just in general,
She still doesn't walk right.
That's a red flag if
you're really into Santa.
If your gal that you're dating is really into Santa.
See, I'm going to disagree.
Like if
I think
they're
it's a green
asking you to
flag.
dress up as Santa. And you're like, what now?
Hawkwood.
Yeah.
That sounds like daddy issues.
I can come up with a list of only about 3 things I won't dress up as.
Yeah, right. And it ain't Santa.
I'm going to have questions.
I can think of the one. I'm trying to think what the other 2 might be.
Yeah.
I hope the one is the one I'm thinking of. If it's not, if he didn't make your list.
No, that's the lady I'm going to question.
Yep.
You want what now?
Yep. Man.
What?
A mega church in Houston apologized after they brought in real camels for a nativity event, and one of them kicked a churchgoer in the head.
Jesus.
Remember when, Jesus, yes, he was also in that nativity scene.
And
Do
also
you remember
with you.
yesterday when we were talking about the Campbell fighting camels? We were like, are camels
mean,
ill-tempered? And, we we're like, well, they might spit on you. They don't like you. This one kicked somebody in the head.
He doesn't like the doctrine.
Yeah. Yeah. And also with you.
God, I wish it was Joel Osteen so bad. Wouldn't that be great? A bunch of people were having dinner at a... Hang on. Who wrote this? A bunch of people were having dinner at a fancy restaurant in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Where?
Name one.
Yeah.
Olive Garden.
Okay.
Yeah. Rocky Rococo's?
Oh, you
Great
wish.
spot.
Well,
Eat your pizza.
Okay. I'd love some.
a bunch of people were having dinner at a fancy restaurant in Wisconsin, whatever that means, on Sunday when a raccoon fell through the ceiling and bit a guest.
Yeah. That happens.
How does this make the news? That happens
Right.
every Sunday at a Wisconsin restaurant. What are we talking about here?
I've got news audio of this. This is no kidding. I really do.
Customer who was bit by a raccoon.
We don't know how this raccoon got there. It was quite a large raccoon driving there as this thing was growling, hissing, scratching. When it gets really cold, it's not uncommon to get these calls for raccoons. They did all the right things. They got medical care for the person that got bit. He was taken to the hospital. And I felt like I owed that to the person that got bit because his entire process for his treatment relies basically solely on do we get this animal or not.
So they got him.
I mean, that sucks because the guy had just ordered half-price mott sticks after 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. That poor guy.
Damn it. What a waste.
I bet that hurts.
Yeah.
How weird is this? This is how things are a-changin', Meat Sauce and Christopher.
Okay.
Okay, listening.
I'm sure you guys saw this yesterday, but the Oscars,
Bizarre.
starting in 2029, the Oscars will no longer be on ABC. You guessed it. They're going to YouTube.
Wow.
The Oscars will air on YouTube starting in 2029.
Get spanked?
What? Pat? Why would it? What? Yeah. 2 things Mr. Z does not like: Rotten Tomatoes and the Oscars.
Right. Yeah.
He ranted about this
And
yesterday.
showers.
He doesn't shower. Yeah,
I don't know why
I
I
think he's
said that.
allergic to water.
Sorry, Mr. Z. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah.
That's true. You
This
love
is-
showers.
This is creative.
Your mic's on.
We're coming up on season 50 of Survivor.
Yeah.
So Survivor is going to hide immunity
Eye of the
idols
tiger.
in all 50 states and then give the country clues to find them. There will be one immunity idol in every state.
Do you get to be like on the game if you find one?
I
or
think
something?
there's a prize or something related to it, but I don't think you get to be on the
That's sweet.
Chat app.
on the bit.
Oh, That's cool.
Condoms.
The winner, here it is. The winners of each state will get a free trip to LA to have some kind of survivor event. The grand prize has not even been announced yet.
Condoms.
I don't think so.
Computer laser surgical instruments.
Maybe.
What?
Maybe.
Butt crack.
This is straight out of Michael Scott in The Office, but this apparently actually happened. A driver in Toronto is okay after he followed his GPS down a boat ramp into Lake Ontario on Tuesday night.
Boom.
Followed the boat ramp right into the lake.
How do you do that? Don't you see the lake?
Yeah, you would think so. Maybe it was dark, but still.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's, Michael Scott did it in the middle of the day, and he was like, GPS is telling me to go. And Dwight's like, what are you talking about? There's a lake there. And he drives right into the lake.
Great bit. Peak Office is outstanding.
Tough to beat.
Had a little chicken.
Oh.
Had a little chicken.
Okay.
Well, you can have chicken at TGI Fridays, and they are getting in on the unstoppable 6-7 trend. This is free promotion.
Man.
What? No,
kids,
it's a restaurant.
Kids' meals come free with a dessert between 6 and 7 for the rest of the month.
See, embrace
6,
it.
7.
Yeah, that's funny.
You want to ruin it, embrace it.
Yeah. Well said.
Yeah.
Like Facebook.
Yeah.
We've tried. We say 6, 7 all the time, hoping that our 11-year-old stop using it, and it has not worked at all.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't know who you are.
We're trying to make it as uncool as possible, though, and it's not working. And I think a lot of parents are trying to do this to say it as often as possible so the kids hate it. They still love it. They don't care.
I got tighty whities on.
Pat.
A 33-year-old woman, Paul, put your hand down. A 33-year-old woman from Texas got arrested after she hid razor blades in loaves of bread at 2 Walmarts in Mississippi.
That's, terrible. Why? That's terrible.
I'm going to shoot you.
And I do love bread, but I don't love eating razors.
No.
Paul, your hands up.
Razor blade lady, Woodhawk.
She's probably trimmed up.
And me.
I hope they weren't used razors.
Yeah, Hawk doesn't care.
Man, I hope you guys didn't see this because I want you to guess, but if you saw it, fine.
Helps him pick up women.
A 63-year-old guy in the UK named David Purchase.
Oh, DP!
Oh.
He broke a world record by singing Christmas songs for how long consecutively?
Hundreds of thousands.
World record.
Like 73 hours.
Did not stop.
Yeah.
Didn't lose his voice.
80 hours.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
All right, you guys overshot it by a little bit, but not too bad. 42 straight hours. He sang 684 songs.
I got bronchitis.
38 songs. 38 songs basically cycled through the 38. Last Christmas, Jingle Bells. Something
Great
called
song.
Step Into Christmas. I don't know what that means.
That's probably terrible.
Here he is talking about his feet.
And let's see how big a blunt I can fit into this one.
What? What is Pat talking about?
I never know. What percentage of Americans say they will be asleep for sure by midnight on New Year's Eve?
80.
62.
Will you guys be? Well, you will for sure.
No.
I
You'll
got
be
a
out.
gig.
You got a gig, so you'll be
Yeah,
awake.
I'll be awake, yep.
Louie's going to be in bed by 7.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to make it to
No.
midnight.
0 chance. I don't remember last time I did.
44% of Americans say they will definitely be asleep by the time midnight hits on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Me and Max are going to hang out.
Well,
How do you
take
feel
that
about this
back.
one?
I may have been up last New Year's Eve.
Yeah, because he was brand new.
Yeah, my son. Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
In 1995, Seinfeld coined the term regifting, right? Because Elaine got a label maker from Tim Whatley.
They coined that? No kidding?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Do you remember who Tim Whatley was played by?
The Breaking Bad guy.
Exactly. Bryan Cranston was
Oh, wow.
Dr. Tim Whatley. So Elaine got him a label maker. He hated it, claimed it didn't work, so he regifted it. And the word started to be in circulation. Now that's a word that everybody uses, right? Regifting. What percentage of Americans say it is at least somewhat okay to regift?
40?
Yeah. 45.
61% say somewhat okay. 22% say it's completely okay.
Was it Kurt Bills?
Yeah. Was it Kurt Bills?
I think it's okay if you admit that you're regifting it. Like,
Yeah.
look, we get a lot of cool free stuff from the station once in a while.
Sure.
If I ever, quote, gift some of that stuff to somebody else, I will fully admit I got this for free. I paid $0, but I
Yeah.
think you would like it. I'm not going to wear it or I'm not going to use it. I got it for free. I make it very clear. I didn't pay for this, but you can have it. So that's re-gifting, but I'm not trying to take credit for something that I didn't pay for. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like
that's re-gifting, though.
We all got free autographed Chris Cook footballs from Superstar.
Do you endorse throwing wieners?
I don't believe I re-gifted that.
Oh. Remember that?
About that?
Yeah. We all three got one.
My guess is that year some Goodwill was like, why does this football have random Sharpie scribble all over it?
Yeah.
They're bare-chested.
Pat, are you okay, Pat?
And last but not least, maybe you heard about this, but Martha Stewart claims that Knicks star Jalen Brunson accidentally fractured her toe at the end of a game back in May. She blames her open-toe shoes.
Oh.
Wow.
So he must have stepped on her foot because she's sitting in front row. And she claims that Jalen Brunson broke her toe.
God, that would be terrible.
Yeah, that sucks.
That'd be very painful.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as a splinter in the bottom of your foot. How's it going, by the way?
I think I'll be okay.
Yeah?
How are Rosie's toes? He sits courtside a lot.
Oh, man. I hope it hasn't happened to him yet.
It hasn't happened to him yet, no.
His cat tripped him the other day.
I know, I heard
Paid
about
for
it.
those seats.
I heard about it. Oh, he definitely did. He didn't re-gift those.
Yeah.
Charlie Swanson charges him for those seats?
I believe so, yes.
Sure he does.
Oh, he wouldn't sit there for free.
Oh. That's nice of Charlie.
Look, old school Chris Hockey, man, would be pumped. We got a NASCAR driver, right?
I know, I'm
William
super
Sawalich
excited,
tomorrow.
yeah.
He might be the next big thing.
Yep.
Local kid with a bright
19,
future.
I think,
Yeah,
20
something
years
like
old.
19.
That's sweet.
So William Sawalich will be on the show tomorrow. He's playing initials. It'll be fun to meet him. And then we can just watch that star just soar, right? Let's see him be a NASCAR Cup
That'd be
winner
cool.
at
That'd be
some point.
sweet.
Win
He'll invite us to his
Daytona
party.
at some point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We can go to the Daytona 500 celebration party.
Yeah.
Not too much to ask.
No way.
All of our actor friends won't put us in movies.
I know. Come on, DeMel.
So maybe William at some point will win the Daytona and bring us down to a party or something. Who knows?
That'd be sweet.
So that's tomorrow, and I think we're at what are we at? 106, I think?
I think that's right.
It's something like $106,000 tomorrow. So Tommy Olsen tomorrow, Kriesel tomorrow, Marnie tomorrow, Parrish tomorrow, Mr. Z tomorrow, and future NASCAR star William Sawalich tomorrow as well. Power Trip Morning Show, 5:30 to 9. 9 to noon is next.
Everybody have a wonderful day.
You too, Abba Dabba. Merry Christmas, baby girl. Thank you, Kara.